What is the arm of God? In my analysis of the arm of God, I have found that the arm of God once again represents the snake. In the biblical reading of Job 39:41, one may arise to the arm of God. The snake represents in other cultures a god of wisdom, a god or a being that which creates knowledge, understanding. In the temptation to the fruit, one might find once again the snake guarding the tree of knowledge. Said snake to be, once again, the arm of God. And said invocation, specifically spoken in the reading of Job 39-41, one might find once again the notion regarding the arm of God. Let's begin the summoning. The arm of God. Then answered the Lord unto Job out of the whirlwind, and said, Give up thy loins, now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Wilt thou also disannul my judgment? Wilt thou condemn me, that thou mayest be righteous? Hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold every one that is proud, and obeys him. Look on every one that is proud, and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place. Hide them in the dust together, and bind their faces in secret. Then I will also confess unto thee that thine own right hand can save thee. Behold now Behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox. Lo now his strength in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth He moveth his tail like cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass, his bones like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him. Surely the mountains bring forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees, in the coverts of the reed and the fens. The shady trees cover him with their shadows, and willows of brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not a trutheth, and he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He taketh with his eyes his nose, piercing through snares. In the tale of the serpent, one might find one particular notion. Temptation. In science, what might drive a particular understanding to arise to said understanding? Temptation. Being tempted to pursue the ways of the Amalekites, you could say. The first group, the most ancient. Within the arm of God arises once again a circular notion, a cyclical pattern, which from the arm of God one might find, he maketh his sword unto him to defend against him. He who resides in the shadows, in the reeds and the fens, the arm of God, that which drinketh like a river, its slithering pattern. And in that particular end, one might find the arm of God doth unto him that which the arm of God doth to him. If the arm of God is essentially a symbolization for your ability to grasp said world, you could take it in that particular way if you wish. An understanding of sorts, a wisdom, knowledge, which in the tale of the arm of God, we once again return to the serpent guarding the tree of knowledge, the dragon of chaos, the unknown, that which hides within the shadows, the shadow and the self, that even hidden within reeds and fens, this particular being will cause you to draw your sword, that which you maketh, in order to defend against him. In the arm of God, once again, it is an arm that swings said sword. And in the cyclical pattern, one might find this notion. He whom lives by the sword shall die by the sword. He whom lives by the darkness shall die by the darkness. He whom lives by the serpent shall die by the serpent. He whom lives by the light shall die by the light. In the arm of God, we might find in the particular tale the initial beginning portion regarding, if I may invoke said literature once again, this time without the sin power. Said literature you might find in the arising of the tale. When answered the Lord unto Job, also known as Job, out of the whirlwind, and said, Give up thy loins, now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. In the tale of Adam, one might find, once again, the man must arise to the occasion. What thou demandest of thee, one must arise to thee. And in the arm of God, that which set in said bones, deeply rooted, such as a thundering voice, that which he may use as in his reflection. With the arm of God, the invocation invokes the judgment of the man. Do you choose to join the snake, or do you choose to kill the snake? The moral compass, which is the decision the man is meant to made upon meeting said serpent, upon temptation. Do you choose to invoke, or do you choose to rebuke? Even within said language, you might find said initial language of invocating and rebuking, once again arising the notion of a shield, a protector. The act of rebuking the snake, slaying the dragon of chaos, or invoking, inviting said presence beyond the confinements of your protection. Within the arm of God, once again arises the notion of the moral compass. Which one do you choose? To rebuke said snake, or to invite him into your being? The shadow, that which in itself remains hidden within the reeds and the fens. And said shadow, the darkness, once again, that which tempts you continuously. Take the easy way out. Take the easy road. Don't fight against and just give in. A hypnosis of sorts, if you wish, which you might imagine now in the mesmerizing aspects of a snake to its prey. You might imagine its behavior having a hypnosis-like dance, which as the snake hypnotizes the particular prey, said prey might never expect when the snake might strike. One might never expect when said darkness will strike. It is hypnotizing. It's easy to love the darkness. It's easy to pursue the idea of darkness, the idea of the serpent, temptation, where one might arise to virtue, the rebuking statement, which from the rebuking statement you might arise to what is known as virtue. In virtue, invoking the harder path, the rebuking of the serpent. Ultimately, the decision stems at the beginning of the tale. What decision did Adam make at the beginning? He invited said temptation within himself, and as a result, the biblical tale then cyclically occurs. In the arm of God, we see the advice that which God would have given to Adam. Do you invite or do you rebuke? Because upon said invocation or rebuke, you might find the life forces of the following story continue according to said decision. Ultimately, in your life as an individual, you are faced with that particular teaching. Do you rebuke the snake, or do you invite him within the confines of your protection, your shield, which within invoking said snake, you might find those that live by the snake die by the snake. Those that live with the darkness die by the darkness. Those that die or live by the sword die by the sword. And those that live by the light die by the light. In my understanding of the snake, I invite you to do your own work, the labor, that which is demanded of you. And in said demand, you might find God, also known as your mother, will continuously challenge you to arise to said occasion. And in the guidance of God, we then see once again, are you as a man able to utilize the thunder of your voice to be as deeply rooted, such as the core in your bones, made as such iron, strong, resilient. And in said resilience, you find discipline. A discipline that once again, as we finish the particular tale, you might find a particular notion. He taketh it with his eyes, his nose pierceth through snares. The referring to the serpent, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Thank you.